So if you've watched my videos, you've seen the best of my video game collections. Now see the worst. So this is the Wii, which came out in 2006. At that time in my life, I was starting to date the woman who I would eventually marry. So I was kind of busy in that respect. I had disposable income, but not as much as I have now. So I bought games to play immediately. There was no creating a queue of games. And also the Wii just simply did not have the level of games of the Switch. So it's not that there are no Wii games that have some value. There's Club Penguin at $688 for new. It is probably some kind of, it's a game day limited edition. So I didn't exclude variants, but so I assume it's super rare. Some other game at Trivet, a Sonar. The first game I would have heard is Band Hero Super Bundle, which probably comes with a whole bunch of equipment. So that's the price, the value. Veggie World, these would be really, really low production games. So the jewel of my collection would be Tatsunoko versus Capcom, because I'm a fan of both. Tatsunoko, there is Ken from Gatchaman right there. There is Jun the Eagle and and then you have Street Fighter and then various Capcom characters. This one is valued at about $50, which may or may not be what I paid for it originally. Next, I have Mario Kart Wii, a game which I don't think really stands the test of time. It certainly is not as fun as some of the later titles. This one is, all of them are opened, $26.64. So less than what I paid for it. My next game is Super Mario Wii. This is a fun game, and the only one with a red case that I own. This one is $24. Prices drop fast. Next we have Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword with a reflective gold, and this one requires... I never played this game. It's opened. I never played it. I had a Wii Motion Plus, which actually it was like an add-on to it. You have to attach to it. I couldn't get the dang thing to work, and I just said to hell with it. So I have never played this game. Someday I really should get down. And I have to admit, I'm not a fan of the Wii Mote. The Wii sold like crazy, but its roster of games was not great. Nintendo was still suffering with a loss of third-party support, so there were not a lot of great games. This one is about $18.50. GoldenEye 007, trying to capitalize on the original GoldenEye by reusing the name. Did not have, it was a fine game, but it did not have the charm of the original. I will say this, that the Wiimote nunchuck actually worked pretty good for first-person shooters. The problem was that the Wii was so underpowered, and first-person shooters often are pushing a lot of polygons. So even though I think that was kind of a neat setup, they didn't have a lot of very good first-person shooters because it just the system was so weak. This is about $11 for this, so it's dropping fast. Resident Evil 4, an absolutely fantastic game. They keep releasing this thing over and over again. I think the main problem with this game, even though it is absolute a blast, this is when they really got away from the survival horror and got more into the action. And I kind of like the survival horror versions of the game. So Capcom doesn't really feel like releasing Resident Evil on Nintendo systems except for digital only. So even though I love the series, I have not played one in many years. This one is about $10.70 for this. Okay, so these are not, the rest of them aren't necessarily in order. We have Punch-Out!, the last Punch-Out! That they've made. It's a shame. This is a great game. I love the series. But for whatever reason, they have not created another one. If they did, I would be ecstatic. Okay, this one is actually $32.40. So this one's a little out of order. This is actually the second most expensive game in my collection. Wii Fit, $19, but I'm not even sure if that just includes this because it also came with that Wii pad there. It might be $19 for the entire thing. This is the kind of game that you'll find at like secondhand stores and things like that, just shoved on a shelf. Dance Dance Revolution. Got this one for my daughters. And no, actually, maybe I didn't. Maybe I got it for my wife. This one is $13, and I don't know if that's counting the mat that it comes with. There is a mat, so probably $13 for everything. I don't know. And we have a game. I don't even know how I got this. I don't think I played it. I don't really care about it. This one is $5. Barely worth. I'm not even sure this is worth posting on eBay because the shipping would be more than the cost of the game. Probably if I wanted to get rid of it, just take it to a secondhand store, get a trade-in of almost nothing. SSX Blur. You could see I bought this one used. I love this game at the time. They're kind of silly. I don't know. They haven't made... I think this is the last one they made for a Nintendo system. And I probably would get a new one if they made one for the Nintendo. I love snowboarding games, but there just is nothing good out there. This game is about $6. So... Skate It. Okay. This one can use the balance board from the Wii Fit, and I think it did not work well at all. It was terrible. The game is terrible. I was hoping for sort of an evolution of Tony Hawk. Instead, this was a step backwards, in my opinion. It was really unpleasant to play. This one is less than $4.50, so this is my cheapest one. So, this is the kind of stuff I'd keep maybe a handful of them. The other ones probably just, I don't know, give them away to secondhand store or whatever, because I don't think they will ever be worth anything. I do remember years and years ago, decades ago, going into a store and seeing just shelves and shelves and shelves of NES and SNES games selling for $5 and whatever. And so nowadays, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them would probably be worth considerably more. Do I think that the Wii games are going to appreciate like that? No, I don't think so. I think maybe Skate It and SSX Blur, they might have peaked. I don't think they... SSX Blur is a game that could be fun to revisit. Skate It, I don't think so. But anyway, this is my entire Wii collection, and it is not much to it. So that's my Wii collection.